Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games and welcome back to part 3 of my Komi campaign here in Hearts of Iron for the New Order. So, we were about to initiate that raid on Volugda. First things first, we want to... Ooh, we actually don't have enough command power. Okay. Here's what we're just going to do. Let's just wait until our command power's up. Shoot, I should have considered this. We're going to need it to get to like 9. So we could use a force attack, although... You know what? I think we're going to win this anyway. Like, we have a tank and our combat stuff, I'm sure, you know, like, I'm sure that our templates are better than what they've got. So let's just go ahead and initiate that raid. I think we'll be just fine. 357, John Ryan, an American, is here. Thanks, Sergi. Glad to be on the show. The pleasure is ours, John. Now, listeners very interested in how you got to our very fine republic here to share. Well, I was actually with the CIA as far back as the war. What was that, 6 years ago? Anyway, I decided to stay when they pulled the rest of us out of the front. I quite liked this girl named Svetlana. Not one of our Svetlanas, I hope. Oh, no, God, no. Entirely different girl. If you're listening, babe, I love you. Say hi to Anastas for me. Back on track. Now, you said you were with the CIA. Did anything surprise you about the way the front operated? How was life under the Red Giant? You know, for all the credit we give Comrade Suslav for being some sort of genius, the front was certainly a mess. We had all the makings of a tragic tale. Generals infighting, shoddy equipment. We backed the wrong horse in that fight, let me tell you. We should have been there for the Siberians back in the day. Instead, we chose the Reds and suffered for it. An excellent analysis by John Ryan, ex-CIA agent and proud citizen of our republic. We'll be back in a moment after the break. An interesting perspective. Okay, next. Tribute paid. Miraculously, Volgada has caved in and paid us tribute. Nice. Oh, that's right. We get political power whenever we do this, too. Ooh, then we definitely should be raiding more, actually. Can we raid to the north? Oh, we can. Okay, we could do it against Vyatka and also the Order of St. George. Let's hit up Vyatka next. Because we've got, except for, you know, the freak show that is Taboritsky's, wants. We don't really see... There's not really Tsarist in Komi, so nobody's going to have a problem with that. The Ghost of Sky, Sergei's preparing himself for the day. He's been hired to assassinate a group of Komi politicians who were obstacles in his employer's plans. They were going to release a small amount of tear gas. He made for the radio. Something's wrong. Security had not been tipped off. They were far too relaxed. He could say Andre with the canister. All seemed to be going fine on his end, but he knew things were falling apart. Once again, he looked across at Andre, but this time he noticed something in the shadow of the roof access door. A figure looked over Andre's shoulder. The person was tall, dressed in an old uniform and winter clothes. The figure pulled a knife out of his belt and plunged it into his partner's throat. Huh. So a couple assassins got themselves killed before they could pull off their assassination. It's getting crazy out there. Who do we got here? We have an escape artist. Tough, politically connected. I feel like that's a bug. We'll just go with this person. Let's have you begin collecting intel on the West Russian Revolutionary Front. Could be quite useful. So do we want to spend this loot? It costs political power whenever we use it, though. That's the problem. War planning, external developments, industrial investments. Let's see. Municipal pacification bill. Okay, basically we want to... we could have the DSMP and SMR kill the bill in committee, which will give us political power, or we could decrease the influence of the right and the left by a certain amount, but then it'll mean that Svetlana gets stronger. She's pretty insignificant right now. You know what? I think we can afford that. Yeah, increase Svetlana's influence. That's fine. Next up, the Defense of the Republic Act. So we have a small army at the moment. Several solutions have been raised. We can increase the conscription period from 1 to 2 years. The left has proposed an addendum, a loosening of the laws that ban certain people from volunteering for military service due to participation in certain political organizations. So I'm guessing that's like political extremists are not allowed to join the army. That's what's going on there. This guy looks spooked. Just, ugh. He's like, oh, where's my tree? I don't have one. Finally, minority representation. Okay, what's next? The Defense of the Republic Bill. So let's see. We can have a 4-year draft, which will increase the left. No. The center holds. The PSD whips kill the bill in committee. So no, yeah, well, let's go to a 4-year draft, which is going to hurt me a few ways, but it's going to give me more recruitable population, which is good because I've got less than 7,000 available to me right now. So no problem. No problem at all. Any guy here? Tunisia? No, Tungsten. I'm saying Tunisia. Oh, I can't trade with anybody right now. Or at least very, very few. Only in Russia, essentially. Siberians could deliver the most. It sure ain't much. Let's take a look at our logistics. At least we're green on everything. We're about to hit 20 command power again, though. And it looks like, once again, we have an inferior enemy over there in Vyatka. So let's take advantage of that. In just a second. Prepare the raid any day now. Oh, come on. Really? Why can't I do that? Oh, it's because I did a successful raid too recently, so it won't let me do that. Assassination attempt on Edward VIII. What a sad old man he looks like. Let's see. Foundations of Sandtime. The mandated minority representation bill. It's a sad fact of life that in a republic centered on the Komi region, the actual Komi people and the other Finno-Uralic minorities in the republic are woefully underrepresented. Okay, so we can pass something in full. This will help Stalin, decreases the influence of Voznensky. Left gets a little bit stronger, so we can have, like, affirmative action. Let's actually read this whole thing. This seems a little complicated. The Communist Party has introduced a bill enshrining the rights of the natives to have a number of assembly seats proportional to their population in the Republic, as well as a guaranteed right to jobs in the government of majority native municipalities. Needless to say, passing this bill would strengthen the communists considerably, as they're already doing well among the natives, and this bill would enshrine them as the party of native rights. As such, the Passionaries want the bill voted down on the grounds of mandatory native representation being undemocratic and a system preaching one man, one vote. Of course, in reality, their chief concern is the threat of a strengthened Communist Party could represent. As a compromise, the native Komi SMR representative Ivan Morozov has drafted a bill which would guarantee the natives access to local government and a heavier vote weight in assembly elections, but no mandatory lower limit on native representation. The center have rallied around this proposal, though many in the SMR and DSNP are more sympathetic to the communist mandated minority representation bill. What will the assembly conclude? Here we go. Kosygin. This is what we want. This will also increase Stalina. Yeah, we can learn some lessons here. Great. Let's check in on how that's going. So, Kosygin, we're up to 52. Gotta get to 64, though. Another day in our fine republic. That's Alina with today's weather. Now, something has come to my attention I think deserves some more dialogue. The government has reactivated gulags. Anyway, so they basically keep talking about scandals. Now they're saying, you know, not only am I sleeping around with a lot of women, which, am I single? Am I married? Is this a thing? We're also allegedly have reopened gulags. Moderate influence. We've got to bring him down. I shouldn't have increased his popularity at the beginning, but I hadn't done the random number generator yet. Shoot. Shoot. Well, there's not a whole lot we could do right now except for wait for our political power to rise and, of course, do these various national focuses. So we're going to need... See, we got a big lead here over the left, 72.5 factional power. Yeah, campaign for the SMR as soon as we've got the power to do it. Right here, our Foundations of Sand thing. This will give us 50 political power. So in a week, we'll be ready to go. The cracks are bringing the show. We must prevent the radicals from taking power. We must act quickly and decisively to put our enemies down. What was happening? Oh, you guys saw that, right? How it kind of got a little laggy for half a second. 2 more days. The Democratic Coalition has sufficient influence to spend time on this. Yep. Kosygin is the future. So he's at 52. We got to see how much we get every time we do that. We got to keep an eye. A day in the assembly. There's 2 assembly members looking alert. They both thought similar things. They hated extremists. They loved the Republic, and they loved democracy. After a member of the Passionary went on an agitated, boisterous rant, which disturbed half the assembly, the 2 eyed each other. People like him would destroy our democracy, they both said in their glances, exchanging cheek expressions. With a small mutual nod, they introduced themselves to each other. A place for all of us. So it's just basically the center is... we're congealing. Because it's going, oh man, you know what? We got little issues with each other, but these people are crazy. We have disagreements. They want to destroy the system. 75 days, get an extra point of political power gain. I don't think it's worth it. Over troubled water, bodyguards for Komi. Okay, so there's like they're meeting on a bridge here. They did not know each other, having met that day. Some were border guards for Komi, some were bodyguards for Vyatka. Nobody really remembered who had been the first to call over to the other side and ask if they wanted to take a break for the day. Nobody really cared. They were all just tired of conflict, of loss, of living in fear. It was all that some of them had ever known in their lives. Shit, one of the Vyatka guards said, taking a log drag from a cigarette. You soldiers of Skytekovar were just good people trying to do their best like us, aren't you? We should have done something like this sooner. If it was this easy to get along, why couldn't their governments work something out? In another world, they may have been friends. Okay, so basically, the border guards are chatting it up with each other. Why can't I do a war here? Oh, they don't even have any money. Okay, I guess we're going to attack St. George then. Because Vyatka is broke as a joke. They must have already lost a raiding war to somebody else. Time will only tell if they'll be able to keep their position at the head of the party or if another wing will take their place. So let's go ahead and prepare that raid, because it's going to take a little while. Uh-oh. Some inferior enemies or something? Oh, these ones are a little bit stronger, just a teeny bit. The President of the Supreme Soviet has defeated the Buryat Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic in a war. So, Yagoda is in charge now. God help them all. Poor Sablin. I don't think I've ever seen him win naturally. Oh, sorry. I thought we were unpaused. Excuse me. Feels like we're going a little slow right now. The Croatian autumn. What will the future bring? Yeah, there's Tito making his play. A friendly debate. While the assembly was on a break from discussing policy, the now acquainted SMR deputy Elena Kozlova and PSD deputy Yevgeny Yahodnotov got to know each other decently well. So these are the 2 from the earlier event. They happened to agree on some aspects of policy together despite having vast differences. Both of them held the stakes for the far left and far right, and both of them were elected under similar circumstances, under similar stakes. They were becoming fast friends despite sitting on opposite sides of the aisle. So this is the, again for review, the PSD is Stalina's group, the SMR is Kosygin. So, Yevgeny, do you really think that Miss Stalina's... Wait, Yevgeny is the guy. Yeah, right. No. So then Elena speaking. So, Yevgeny, do you really think Miss Stalina's economic recovery plan is that different from Voznesensky? Voznezensky is a left-wing populist who would let Zadonov and his goons walk over him and influence his economic policy. Stalin would never let radical leftism dictate economic policy. Both of them gave a small chuckle and continued debating. They all knew it wasn't serious and more to gauge their individual abilities and comfort with each other. They did sit in the same caucus, after all. It wouldn't hurt to know the ideals of your ally. As the assembly began to clear out for a break, the two remained behind, still growing together and growing ever quieter.
Hey, Alina, why are you working with me? Doesn't Kosygin see Stalina and my party as borderline despotic?
Well, she said after a pause, it doesn't matter to me. We both stand for the Republic. God, these two just fuck already. Anyway, I'm just joking around. We're going to keep, campaigning for the SMR. So how much did we get last time? 53. Weren't we already at 53, or were we at 52 and we only got like 1? Maybe it's only a random amount that gets increased. If it's only 1 point at a time, that's freaking crazy. We'll just have to see, I guess. Whoop. Scavenge for loot. We could train new workers. Oh, the People's Revolutionary Council defeated Mengjiang. It's the Mongolian Civil War kind of stuff. Always interesting to see who's going to end up winning out here in the other areas of Russia. It's part of the fun of playing Russia over and over again. Placing your bets. Placing your bets. Magadan. Magadan is definitely in my future, guys, though. Don't you worry about it. I'm probably going to be hanging out in West Russia for a while because, like I said before, I want to do this and I want to do the West Russian Revolutionary Front. But Magadan is on the table. So is Irkutsk, for that matter. Okay, now we can initiate the raid. Right. The casualty. He felt something hit him in the chest. He began to lose his balance. There was a sniper on the roof. He's been shot and killed. The gunman escaping the scene before he can be identified. Emergency elections would have to be held to get a seat. So this was a guy who was in the Social Democracy Party. He just got killed. Alright, they refuse tribute. The sounds of gunfire continue to resonate in Russia. Alright, speak with Stalina. Increases the influence of the center. Increases the influence of Stalina. We also got here paramilitary reports. Let's see what this is. Marching into the streets, controlling warehouses. We have to do something now. We don't need radicals damaging our democracy. So yeah, this should be a pretty easy fight. Party's composition. Hold on a second. Status quo can change radically at a moment's notice. The status quo seems to be shifting radically away from the ruling Voznonetsy faction. Public support has been eroded by scandal after scandal, whether they be real or constructed by our political enemies. As our coalition seems to undergo a period of self-restructuring, it is crucial to ensure that political capital is more or less maintained by the ruling party, and that the current president is challenged too heavily by our own allies. Whether the solution to this is limiting our most credible coalition partner or simply standing by and letting our power shrivel away is entirely up to the whims of the president. So we can increase the president's thing and then we hurt liberal democracy. No. We're going to decrease his influence and increase Stalina and Kosygin. We need to accept the other factions. So Stalina, are we going to... watch out, we might accidentally get Stalina in power, which I don't know, maybe some of you want. But there, it is now neck and neck with Nikolai. Burying the hatchet, they concluded a closed assembly meeting. Okay. Elena and Yevgeny included. I'm not too partial on Kosygin's approach to reconciliation with the radicals in military policy. And I'm not too happy about Stalina dodging questions about gerrymandering. But we're still here, no? Yevgeny nodded, and a smile formed on their faces. Discussing law and order policies, Elena's defense of PSD actions managed to keep many of the SMR from walking out in protest. A mutual consensus was seemingly agreed on, one without any spoken word or initiative. The consensus of peace, the consensus of stability, and the consensus of holding true to what made our republic special. We would never stoop to the level of the Tsar or the Marshal, and we would always look to the people and the President. Even if compromises had to be made, our coalition and system would survive. We will stay the course. Raid has been successful. Season stuff. Okay, how much political power are we getting a day? Not even a full point right now. Treasure! Our men have crushed the enemy and uprooted the land of everything that is used to our parties, and so we get 75 political power. Very, very nice. You know what? I'm going to look up who this guy is, actually. Kosi again. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually... Oh, my gosh. Excuse me. So, in real life, this guy was the chairman of the State Planning Committee, and then later was the first chairman of the Council of Ministers. I'm wondering if... Hold on. Let me look up something here. I'm wondering if maybe I want to... like, do Stalina after all. Stalina. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I just was churning things over in my head, and I've decided what I'm going to try to do is let's try to get Svetlana. Let's try to get her through. I'm sure that people are going to like that. It's still democratic, right? So we're gonna give it a try. Let's try to get Svetlana in charge. So we must campaign for the PSD now. This is going to be difficult. There probably were decisions along the way that I could have done that were better, but we're going to try to make it happen. Stalin's daughter ending up uniting Russia in an alternate timeline. That sounds pretty interesting to me. And, you know, if we get Kyosigin, that's going to be fine, too. And, of course, all of this might be completely irrelevant because we're just going to get cooed like a bitch later. We can't do another successful raid right now. So, I guess let's prepare to come over here for another raid in Vologda. Because we had that option available to us, so they must have another loot. And it's good for farming the political power. In fact, because we're doing kind of okay with political power right now, because once the thing is done, we're going to be able to do more. Let's go ahead and work on improving things. Let's work on our... Well, all of this is kind of good to have. Let's build some new schools to start with. Brazil has won the World Cup finals. Good for them. Collapse of the Triumvirate, that's Italy stuff. We'll definitely have to check that in the Middle East out one day to understand it better. Just so much going on in all the various parts of the world. Wait, what the heck is this? Dai Nihon Taikoku? Was it called that before? What's this? Rumors of a rising star. The latest is there's an influential politician from Gorky who has traveled the waste to reach Komi, depicted as a natural political genius and charismatic by the rumor mill. Few agree as to what his rival means. The most popular conclusion is that Sulov, the far left's mastermind, is behind us. Another communist power player. Interesting. We could scavenge for loot, but no. Let's increase Stalina some more. It turns out the man from Gorky was not from Gorky after all. Boris Ponomaryov, as the man's name turned out to be, he was born in Shakhovskoye, the small village in what was once Ulyanov Oblast. Nowadays, the KONR-controlled Samara government has another famous child in the form of Mikhail Suslov. An interesting coincidence, perhaps? Few in Komi's shaky democracy would believe this. So they're from the same town. Him and Sulov. He's lambasting the Democratic Coalition's unwillingness to deal with the far right. The newcomer rides on waves of discontent and is likely to... Wait, what? So he's going to be one of the prime communist candidates. So he's a communist, but he's bashing the coalition because they won't work with the far right. What? What does it mean? What does it mean? The Veil. Perhaps the Slippery Shadow might have made a pact with the charismatic frontman to enhance his control of the party. The Young Republic's policeman, of course, never stoops so low as to run private investigations on the enemies of the current government, but monitoring the coming and going of new political figures definitely falls somewhere on their priority list. Better than to run some background checks on this new figure. Yeah, what's going on here? Somebody's up to something. Civil Rights Act of 1962 has passed. Well, see you later, Kennedy. Let's see if we're going to get Wallace's America over there and see how they do compared to me. An ultimatum. We received an ultimatum from Politsk. They are demanding that we hand over a tribute of loot. Oh, this is from Tukhachevsky. Or else they will raid us and take it from us anyway. We are in an impasse to decide, so we decided to engage. Do we decide to engage in confrontation with Politsk, possibly risking our men dying at the hands of our enemies, or do we instead stand down and cave in? No, here's what we do. We're going to unpause, and we're going to get on that front line, and we're going to throw them back. Revelation. Let's see. Terribly dull. The front's disintegration. He reappeared years later. He reached out to Suslov. Komi's communists had told him to stay there as a liaison element. He's a terminably boring man. He's just another puppet. This is increasing the popularity of the president as well as the influence on the right. And decreases the left. I don't even know who's going to end up winning this, I swear. Okay. Children at play. Koltsov. Yeah, everybody calm down. What's going on here? Koltsov was returning from work when he noticed a small group of children making little noises in their mouths. I'm your villager. I'm going to kill you all. Thought about how his son reacted to some games. Would he know the Derwilliger of stereotypical evil, where he stole a young girl so brave a man could sell her? Or would he know the monster who raped girls and killed children in the crib while they cried for their mother? He would make sure that the assembly knew about the impact of the violence the Republic was having on the young of this nation. So this is them talking about the Derwilliger Brigade, which is out here. So these are like condemned Nazis. Even the Nazis don't want anything to do with them. Alright. So, we're going to not give in to the ultimatum just yet. Let's get our divisions in position. Goodness, there's so much happening. You shoot 2 men here. We kill a couple more. We'll do the same next week. Expand operations. Stay where we are. Their paymasters will be happy. Yeah, so increase Komi center influence. Yes. Okay, it says here that we're dealing with an inferior enemy. Ha. We will not back down so easily. You weak bastards. Yeah, we should be able to deal with this pretty easily, I think. Yep, we're winning. Ooh, undecided. Yeah. Yeah, we're okay. How many divisions do they even have? Only 2 to 4. We have them outnumbered. Speak with Stalina. And get ready to campaign again right now. Okay, we're at 35. Yeah, I think each of these campaigns is only doing a +1. This sucks! But we've got half a year, I guess. The enemy has been defeated. And we got infantry equipment. Very nice. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, I guess we can't prepare the new raid because we technically just did a successful raid defending it. Desert War is starting out down there with Turkey. They're declaring war on this Levant. Nice glasses, bro. Alright. But yeah, we'll come over here again. What are they doing? Get over here. They look weird. Yeah, that's it. Now Italy is going after Yugoslavia. Oh, Bosnia just broke off. Yep, think that's it for Tito. Good effort. Good try. Yes. Let's just keeping an eye on, yeah, we don't need to have that reunification thing open. What's this protection money? Leave the children alone, and you guys are okay with us in our book. So basically the homosexual population, wait, yeah. It sounds like the, let's see, wait a minute. There's an alley. Looking down, they saw a man inside, colorless except for the red sickle and arm hammer band on his right arm. Okay, so it seems like the communists are getting paid to protect the gay community in Komi or something. Like bribe money, like they're mob bosses or something. Like, hey, we're just trying to protect you. good news is the left and right. Neither of them are getting a whole lot of influence, so we could still keep burning this. Damn, I wish it was more than just freaking 1 each time, though. Oh, wait, there we go. We're up to 40. That's what I like to see. Yeah, come on, Stalina. Let's go. A midnight walk. All right, we'll do this and we're going to end the episode. Yuri shoved his hands in the pockets of his coat. Things were moving faster these days than they had in years. Lenin was certainly right about that. Sometimes decades happen in the span of weeks. The kid was a goddamn savant at the political game. Bukarina, he corrected himself. She'd rapidly moved up in the party. Let her fight her own battles or put in a good word. So let's just let her fight her own battles so we get political power. So that was something that we could have started to have Bukarina get more powerful on the left. Maybe I could do a Svetlana and a Svetlana run. We're just, you know what, we're going to do every Komi path ever. This month! I'm kidding. But, alright, in the next episode, we're going to keep working on getting Stalina in charge. Because I mostly, really, it's for the challenge as well. Because we got a long road to climb before the elections happen. So hopefully we can pull it off. But I'm Conquering History Games. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you next time.